Eliza Cove, Stanley's main refuse site, is located on the southern part of the city near to the coastline. Wind and rain is causing waste to blow off from the site to spread into the surrounding environment.
During a public meeting in February this year, there was a public outcry regarding managing the waste blow-off from Eliza Cove tip. MLA Gavin Short, Roger Spink, Pete Biggs and John Birmingham agreed that the issue is a key priority and needs to be resolved.
We're all at fault, all of us, but the elected members have a responsibility and a duty to do something about it. And there are ways that we could do something about it before this new facility is put in place.
I mean, it's one of our leading priorities. We were looking at those just a couple of days ago, the priorities on the capital budget, and it is one of the leading priorities. I think it was second on the list, and I quite agree with what you're saying. In the meantime, we've got to do more to try and contain the blow-off. It's mainly blow-off from the tip.
We are making the money available, we are making the resources available to get it to happen. I don't think anyone can actually promise it's going to happen, because with the best will in the world, there are 101 things that slow these major projects down, but I think everybody is keen to get rid of this sort of a mess.
Hopefully, with the Falkland wind, there is a big and very expensive plant being worked through, Steve, which should take all that away. Now, I think we're a year or so away from that at the moment, but that is the plan of attack.
Since then, the Public Works Department have been working on temporary solutions to manage the problem of the refuse blow-off at Eliza Cove. One option includes extending the fence line around the southern and western ends of the site. PWD have been looking into further options.
Looking at options for fill and cover, which is effectively what happens up at Gemma's Gulch at the moment, where the waste is put into the tip over a period of time, and then you put a cover layer on top of it of either excavated materials, so clay and soil, or a quarried stone, which is what they use up at MPC, just effectively to cover that waste material up and therefore stop it from blowing away. Obviously that means that the area fills up much quicker, and you have less volume or volumetric capacity down there. Looking at having the site manned throughout the day. Currently, we send an operative down there approximately 2 hours a day to deal with whatever has either in the morning to deal with whatever arrived the day before, or in the afternoon to deal with that day's rubbish. All of those things, of course, come with different cost options and different timescales. Some we can do more quickly than others. Some we'll need to wait for materials to arrive. We don't have sufficient staff, so we possibly look to contract out if we were looking to do the manning of the site on a more permanent basis. We'd have to look at putting welfare facilities down there for someone being down there over the longer term. So there's quite a lot of information to look at and be digested, and we're trying to break it down into some easier, quicker to deliver items, and then the longer term ones as well. And the hope is to have those available to Exco in the next couple of weeks, actually.
Although PWD are working on temporary solutions that could help alleviate the refuse blow-off issue, their plans are yet to be discussed at Legislative Assembly.
Do you know why it's taken, or if it will be brought up in the next Legas?
I don't know whether it'll be brought up specifically in the next assembly, but those are the things that are underway, and we're hoping for the options to come forward quite soon. We can then choose, whether or not we're happy to accept the sort of cost of the work.
The vital piece of work is just a small part in a large problem of waste management within the islands, an issue that needs to be resolved sooner rather than later. And hopefully, if these next stages get approved, the islands can feel cleaner with more control of waste here in the Falklands.